Hey, Steve. First of all, I'd like to say, we want to, those of us that are from Wisconsin, we want to thank Nebraska Friends for training, coaching, preparing, and sending us Barry Alvarez as a football coach. Thank you very much. Secondly, maybe Nebraska and the Badgers will be in the championship next year. What do you think about that one? Are we both leaving, Steve? Are we both leaving? We have a lot, I'd like to welcome you. We're very fortunate. We have a lot of friends here from Wisconsin, Arizona, California, and I think we're in the States with Florida, Chicago, Colorado. Anyway, we're very blessed for all the folks that came and the support band meeting for Wednesday, and give them a big round of applause. The other thing that's become very obvious to us is we've now met many of the Adams family until just the last couple of days, and I can't tell you how warm we feel, the welcome we received since we've been here. We've met a lot of wonderful people. I know Steve and Sonia are my type of person. What was that bar we were until 2 o'clock in the morning in Chicago? We're very fortunate. We have a great family, and we're very pleased to be a part of that. Next, I'd like just to pause for a moment, and if people can put a friend of ours in the prayers. Here's that. Okay, mother who's after great lady. He's ready to be welcome to your sister. So we just pause a moment. Say a prayer for her. And then lastly, where is Tyler? Zach? Can you guys stand up? Jason? These gentlemen, I don't know if there's any other members here of the service, but these gentlemen are, is that young lady in the service? Amber. Sorry, I didn't know Amber. If all of you would rise and join me in a big round of applause for these people who serve us for life.
Well, I'd like to definitely send my thank yous to our boys and our church and everything. So, double that up there. I want to thank everyone from Wisconsin, Chicago, all of Ben's family, Steve's family, all the Andersons and the cousins and whatnot. We really appreciate you coming down to help us celebrate this. We've also got a lot of people from Chicago in the area. We've got just a bunch of people that it's pretty amazing when you look back over really kind of almost a short time. It went fast. But the good relationships that Abby and Simon and I have seen and developed and grown, with all the sports stuff that Abby's done. So we really enjoyed that, and thank you very much for the St. Xavier people and everything. Yeah, we've got a lot of people from all over the team. I know that we have some people from New York team, and we have some people from Seattle. We have Florida represented. I think we have Texas, I'm not sure. There's Tennessee. And then I think I know who gets the prize for traveling the furthest. It definitely be Jason. He left Kuwait Tuesday morning and traveled for about 17 hours, I think he said. He got to Omaha Wednesday morning. So, and then Marty's over there right now. Our cousin is over there right now, right? Really? Yes. Okay. And we're praying for him and making sure, hoping he's doing okay. So, I think he actually helps what Jason does. He drives trucks, and Marty does security for those convoys all the time. Anyway, okay. Yes, I got one little story, actually two little stories. A year and a half ago at Christmas, Dan and Abby were home for Christmas, and we had, I don't know if it was before or after Christmas, I think it was after. And I was sitting in the computer room, and Ben walks up and slips me this note and says, let's go for a ride. So we made up an excuse to do something, Google cars. Okay, so we hopped in the car and headed off down the street, just kind of go around a little bit. And during that time, and this is a tribute to how Ben was raised, he asked me if to ask for Abby's hand in marriage. And so I thought that was really, really awesome that he would do that. And he says, well, he says, but don't tell me what. I'm going to find a time and do this. And he says, don't. And I said, him, you mean don't until Simon? And he says, no. So then it's about a month and a half later or so, and then I think I was actually in Canada. And a little sketchy cell phone coverage in Canada. And but I got the message, and so then I called Simon and I said, oh, it's official. They're getting married. And I said, but I knew all along. Wrong thing to say. During that same visit, I think it was anyway, they headed out to a wedding out in our hometown in Detroit, which is about 4 miles north of here, and they borrowed a little car, our little car, and they got about 20 miles, about halfway there. It was cold. It was near, I think it was, it was somewhere near the 31st. I think it was New Year's Eve, actually. And they got just a little ways, about halfway out there, and the car died. And, I mean, it died. And so they called us, and they said, let our car die. And I thought, did you check the gas? And anyway, it turned out literally the engine blew up. So we were going to go to the wedding too. So we went out, picked them up, and went on to the wedding, and got the car picked up and all that stuff. Anyway, the moral of both of those stories, or the two stories, is that never be afraid to call your family for some help. And there's a limited number of things you should not tell your wife.